because looking someone in the eyes won't make you an alpha. That's the biggest lie on the web. And honestly, I have a very clear opinion on this. Most of the alpha male advice you see online is written by people who have never handled a real confrontation in their lives. In reality, if you stare at someone without understanding the psychological mechanics behind it, you won't look powerful. You'll just look weird, creepy, or worse, completely submissive. Eye contact isn't a politeness, it's a precision weapon. Listen closely, because this is where everything shifts. I once saw a friend of mine silence a hysterical client who was screaming in a meeting. He didn't shout, he didn't move. He used what's called the blank stare. It took only 5 seconds for the guy across from him to start stuttering and apologize. I'm going to show you how to do the same. But first, we have to eliminate the #1 mistake that tells everyone you're terrified. Imagine the scene. You're in an interview facing a toxic professor or a boss trying to crush you. Your heart starts racing, that's normal. But there's one detail that betrays you instantly: your eyelids. When you're stressed, you blink at high speed. Your brain doesn't realize it, but your opponent's brain does. It picks up the signal. This guy is cracking. And that's when they push where it hurts. The golden rule: as soon as the pressure rises, slow down your blinking to the absolute minimum. Fixate on them. Keep a marble face. When a normal person panics, their eyes dart away. You stay there, motionless. It creates a short circuit in their mind. They'll start wondering, why isn't he flinching? What does he know that I don't? You've just broken their dominance. But pay attention, it's not enough to just blink less. You must no longer need to. Most people fail because their eyes burn after 10 seconds and they end up blinking nervously, which makes them look even weaker. Here is the exercise I give to those who want a gaze of steel. The blink break. Next time you are alone, fix a point on the wall and do not blink at all. When your eyes start to sting, do not look away. Instead, relax the muscles around your eyes. You will feel a wave of heat. That's your nervous system resetting. If you master this, you will no longer be the one who looks away first because it hurts. You'll be the one who can hold a gaze for minutes without even thinking about it, while the person across from you begins to panic because they feel like they're facing a predator who never flinches. This endurance is the difference between an actor and a leader. Most people make a fatal mistake when they get angry. They stare with rage. Huge mistake. Anger shows that the other person got to you. They won. But real power is looking through them. Never look at their eyes. Look at the wall behind their skull. Relax your muscles. Your eyes need to go dead, empty, as if there's no one in front of you. You're no longer looking at them as a human being, but as an insignificant object, a piece of furniture. Nothing is more terrifying to someone's ego than feeling like they don't even exist in your eyes. That's when their confidence collapses. But none of this works unless you master your anchoring. Most people, when under pressure, shrink. They cross their arms or shift their weight from one leg to the other. These are energy leaks. Next time you face someone trying to dominate you, imagine your feet are literally bolted into the ground. Don't move a millimeter. This is called the mountain posture. The human brain associates total immobility with an absolute absence of fear. If you remain perfectly still while the other person is agitated, you become the center of gravity. They gravitate around you, not the other way around. Keep your hands visible and relaxed. Occupying your space with calm forces the other person to shrink theirs. It's an invisible territorial battle, and you win it without making a move. This solidity makes your gaze truly terrifying. Remember, anger is an emotion, and emotion is a weakness in a gaze duel. The secret of leaders is to see the other person as transparent, like a piece of furniture. When you treat a tyrant like a valueless object, their ego implodes. But what if you must break contact? Above all, don't do what 99% of people do. At this point, you have the keys to destabilize any bully. But knowledge is useless if you don't apply it. If you want to stop being ignored and start being respected, subscribe and hit the bell. I regularly post dark psychology strategies you won't find anywhere else. Drop a like if you feel your gaze is already changing. By the way, I have a question. In what specific situation do you find it hardest to maintain eye contact? Is it with your boss, someone you're attracted to, or someone being aggressive? Let me know in the comments. I'll give personalized advice to the best answers. Now, the fatal mistake 99% of people make when they break eye contact. If someone disrespects you in public, don't react instantly. Reaction is submission. Instead, look them straight in the eyes and count 3 seconds of total silence. Say nothing. Human psychology hates the void. By staying silent with that cold stare, you force them to realize the stupidity of their own joke. They'll feel uncomfortable and try to backpedal alone. You've regained control without opening your mouth. Looking at your shoes is the death of your charisma. It's the ultimate act of submission. Instead, use the horizontal exit. Look to the side slowly, as if you've found something more interesting elsewhere. Your message: you're boring me. You no longer deserve my attention. It's devastating for the opponent's ego. And to finish those who still try to manipulate you, there remains a fatal weapon: the micro-squint. Sometimes you must break eye contact. But attention, if you look at your shoes, you've lost. If you look up, you look lost. The technique of the pros: look to the side. Do it slowly. You aren't fleeing, you're disengaging. You decide when the conversation is over. When someone tries to manipulate you, don't open your eyes wide. Squint them slightly, as if looking at a tiny detail in the distance. This is the gaze of doubt. Your face says, "I know you're lying, and it's not working." They'll immediately go on the defensive. Once they seek your validation, it's over. You are the master of the game. By squinting slightly, you become a human lie detector. They'll start justifying themselves, and that's when you take total control. But there's a secret few dare to use: distance imbalance. Most people step back when intimidated. You do the opposite. While maintaining that calm stare, take one single step forward very slowly into their personal space. In psychology, this is called breaking the comfort zone. By combining your dead stare with this imperceptible physical advance, you trigger a primal alarm in their brain. They won't know whether to apologize or run. You aren't being aggressive. You're simply occupying the space they no longer have the strength to hold. You shift into predator mode. By fixing that point right between their eyebrows, you stop giving them any human connection. It's game over for them. But there's an invisible detail that will finish their confidence: your breathing. Most people, when stressed, breathe from the upper chest. You can hear it, you can see it. You will practice slow, deep belly breathing. Why? Because physiologically, a predator never hunts while out of breath, and a prey can never stay calm. By keeping a slow rhythm in their space, you tell their reptilian brain, "I am the predator, and I am perfectly comfortable here." This contrast forces them to submit in seconds. But mastering your gaze is only the first step. To become truly untouchable, you also need to master your words. That's why I made this other video on eye contact psychology that you should watch right after this one. If this format helped, leave a like and subscribe. Test this out tomorrow. Remember, you're not abnormal because you feel pressure. You're just human. But today, you finally have the codes to understand why